Good morning, everyone. Let's see if this works. Apparently, the internet at my house was being very moody. And so, if you joined me about a half an hour ago online, then you probably saw some really funny frozen faces. So we're going to start over. It is a beautiful day outside, and it's supposed to be a balmy 63 degrees here in Brecksville, Ohio. And so I hope that you are able to get outside and enjoy nature and enjoy breathing in this fresh, beautiful air today. I wanted to get on and share a little bit about a milestone, I guess you would say, that we've had at our house yesterday. Russ and I, my husband and I, celebrated 15 years of marriage yesterday. And 15 years is one of those things where it's not a lot in the grand scheme of things, but then also it's a lot of years. It's a good amount of years. Okay. I guess that we'll say that it's a good amount of years to be like, you know what? Like, we're doing this. We are committed to each other, and we have been married, and like we know each other, and we're still learning each other and all the things. And each year when we have our anniversary, it's our tradition to go out to dinner. We love going out to dinner together, and we sit and we talk and we reflect on how far we've come and where we've come from and what's happened in the past however many years. And so this year was just kind of funny because as I was doing that, in the back of my mind, I have this book. Hi, Amy. This book that we're going to be doing called Dynamite Prayer. This is a devotional, basically, that we're encouraging everyone to pick up and then begin either this coming Sunday or Sunday evening or Monday morning, whenever you do your devotional. And then I'm going to be preaching on it on Sundays. And we're going to be, Jenny is going to have a study on Sunday mornings at the 9:30 hour she's going to be talking about this Sunday, introducing kind of the idea of dynamite prayer and breakthrough prayer, and then discussing, coming together each week and kind of talking about, all right, what have we been hearing from God as we've been praying? What have we been seeing? What have we been learning? And talking about that type of stuff. So breakthrough prayer is a little bit different than the way that we typically pray, because normally when we pray, we ask God for specific things. We ask God to be with or heal a certain person or a certain situation, to be in Israel and Palestine, right? Like, we're praying those prayers, and those are important, and those are good prayers. And sometimes if we only pray that way, we can put God in a box. Not intentionally, but we can put God in a box and think, okay, I can contain God's spirit and I can kind of direct it. And if I know one thing, it's we cannot direct and we cannot contain God's spirit. God's spirit is going to move and go wherever God wills it. And so this breakthrough prayer, this dynamite prayer, this prayer that has the power of dynamite to explode into our lives. This is the type of prayer where we are imagining the things and we're kind of unleashing God in our lives and imagining the things that we haven't even imagined yet, or expecting and hoping that God, and it's like, God, show me where you are working. And that's the type of prayer that we're going to be doing. And we did a couple of 650 prayers. I think I have the prayer cards. Here we are. Back a couple years ago, when I first got here to BUMC, we did a couple of these prayers. This was our first one. And then this was our second one. And these were our 650 prayers. And so these are breakthrough prayers where we pray these big prayers of just kind of, God, guide us. lead us, help us to see where you're working and how we can join in. And just open-ended prayers. And so we're going to bring back these prayer cards. On Sunday, the Sunday school that Jenny's doing, they're going to work on a prayer for us, for our 6:50 prayer, that then we'll all pray at 6:50, either in the morning, evening, each day through these 28 days. And then at the end, we're going to gather together. I'm still trying to figure out what that looks like, but we're going to gather together and we're going to talk about, where do we see God leading? How do we see God leading us in 2024? Because it's right around the corner. So all of this was kind of in my mind as Russ and I were reflecting last night at dinner, reflecting on the past 15 years, because 15 years ago, I wasn't going to be a pastor. I was still adamant I wasn't going to be a pastor. And here I am, pastoring all y'all and loving it. We didn't expect to have kids for 5 years. And within 5 years, we had 2 kids. Russ was a fashion photographer 15 years ago. And now he is a chef and an owner of a restaurant. We didn't imagine any of that. We didn't imagine any of it. And it's wonderful. It's hard, but it's wonderful. And it's through God that the things we couldn't even imagine yet. Like, that's when I pray that, God, show me the things we haven't even imagined yet. Like, that's the type of prayer. Those are types of things that I'm thinking about. Is a fashion photographer is now living into his passions and his love for food and connecting with people, owning a restaurant and cooking for people. And God is using my gifts, talking to you guys right now and on Sundays and being in ministry together and our beautiful children and all of this. It's just, we wouldn't imagine any of it, but now we can't imagine not having it. And so it's wonderful and it's amazing to reflect on that the past 15 years and then also imagine what the next 15 years might hold, knowing that if we pray these breakthrough prayers, this dynamite power that God has, that to explode into our lives in the most beautiful and wonderful way, what could happen? What could happen in our lives? What could happen in the church? Like, that's what we're going to be doing with this dynamite prayer study. We're going to start and the series. And so I invite you to pick up a book on Sunday morning, or we have some here at the church. We suggest a donation of, I think, $10, and then or you can pick one up online. I know Amazon has them and they have a Kindle version, and so you can pick those up, and it's a devotional to really just center yourself each day and kind of imagine the whole day. How can God work? How am I seeing God working? So we invite you to do that. I think it's going to be fantastic. It's not an I think, it is. It's going to be fantastic. And it's going to be a great way to imagine how we can move into the next year together with God. So I'm so glad the internet here at the church was working better. Hello, Matt and Sandra and Peggy. And it's good to, guys, I never would have thought I would be doing a Facebook Live as part of my ministry. Like, but it's fun. It's fun to check in and see people and to ramble. I hope you have a great weekend, and I will see you all on Sunday.